To me, what has captivated audiences year after year on The Amazing Race are the stories. We have all the ingredients for another amazing race. I think from a visual perspective, James and James are really the team to beat.
We are both Chippendales entertainers.
They are two quite perfect physical specimens. I'm hoping that they don't break out into Speedos anywhere. Certainly in some countries that's going to be quite offensive. But these guys are used to being the center of attention. People are going to be intimidated and perhaps think, how do we compete with these guys? Question is whether they have the street smarts to outplay the other teams. Amy and Daniel. I love that on Amazing Race, we have the opportunity to showcase somebody like Amy.
At 19, my life took a detour when I got bacterial meningitis. Lost both my legs below the knees.
Somebody who refuses to be defined by that.
I'm the current top-ranked female adaptive snowboarder. And this year I won 3 back-to-back World Cup golds.
She has, in my mind, the most powerful will of anybody on this race to win. She's here to win this race and prove that she can win because she is just simply better than anybody else, not because she has some physical challenge that the others don't have. Josh and Brent are a great story because these are guys that were wearing suits and working downtown New York, and they decided that they just needed to get away from it all and they wanted to go to the country.
Well, we call ourselves accidental goat farmers.
My favorite story from them was when they were talking about helping a goat give birth. They were online with the iPhone in one hand, sort of, telling them how to deliver a goat, and then the other hand was helping the goat, if you know what I'm saying. So I think they bring a lot of smarts and they bring a lot of practical skills that they've learned on the farm. Natalie and Nadia just blew us away when they came in to speak to us.
We're, I guess, roomies for 26 years. Twins and roomies, twinnies and roomies. Yeah.
They are hysterically funny.
We're bad for brown girls, but we want to show that we're bad in general.
To me, the most important thing to take on any trip is a sense of humor, because you will get through anything.
You suck!
They come from Sri Lanka, just having come from the other side of the world, having moved to America, having gone through the process of adjusting to a new culture. I think that's gonna give them a real benefit when they turn up to a place and they have to just adjust. They're used to that. Rob and Kelly, they are performers.
We race monster trucks for a living.
They have to go to a new town every other day, set up shop. They're used to a grueling schedule. They're used to being out on the road and dealing with all the challenges that come from not being at home. So I think they might surprise. Trey and Lexi, young, fit. Question is, while they have youth on their side, maybe they're used to partying all night so they can deal with the sleep deprivation. I just wonder whether they're not going to have the maturity to outsmart some of the older teams. Sometimes it's not all about being the fittest and the youngest. It really is about being the smartest. Of all the teams that I met, I think Mark and James might be the smartest.
Well, I'm a rock musician. I've been in many bands for about 30 years. White Lion back in the 80s. I played with everyone from Ozzy Osbourne to Slash and people like that.
Take it again from the top. I'm an entertainment attorney dealing primarily with music, hard rock, heavy metal.
In my mind, they're really a team to watch out for because I think people are going to misjudge them based on how they look. They're either going to find their demise because of some physical challenge, even though I think they're actually both quite fit, or they're going to end up in the final 3 because they're going to know to sit back and be more calculating than just rushing into things. Abby and Ryan, the whole idea of coming on The Amazing Race and seeing whether you're meant to be together, I don't really get.
This is going to put us in a bubble of sorts and put this relationship on another level.
But it does make for great television. I just don't know if I was a marriage therapist that I would say, hey, I've got a great idea. Why don't you go and put your relationship under tremendous pressure and race around the world? That way you guys can yell and scream at each other and find out whether you really want to be together. I don't know. They say that opposites attract, and Rob and Sheila are a perfect example of where two people who come from completely different worlds have somehow got together. They are questioning, I think, a lot about their relationship right now. Sheila has come from working as a businesswoman where she has been in charge of a lot of people, and Rob is, in his own world, the boss.
Well, what do you do for a living? I'm a lumberjack.
I mean, what
is
that?
That's a great line to pick a girl up, right?
There's a little bit of a battle going on between these two in real life. There is no doubt in my mind that there are going to be a lot of sparks there. The relationship could quite literally just blow apart while we're out on the race. Caitlin and Brittany, fiercely competitive college athletes. You see a team of beautiful blonde women and the viewer or the other teams are going to put them in a category and see them a certain way. proof will be in the pudding. Are they going to be like the typical blonde girls who are kind of playing the whole ditzy role, or are they going to be, no, that's not us at all. Don't judge us by the way we look because we will take you down. And they could. Gary and Will remind me a lot of Charla and Myrna because of the dynamic between the two. The difference is they're not cousins, they're best friends and have been for decades. I don't want to say they're not normal, but they're not, well, they're not really that normal. I think they're going to come into this race playing kind of nice, but I could see them being a team that might turn.
We'll cheat as much as we can. I mean, we'll lie.
Gary and I will go through any length to win this competition.
I think they're one of those teams that has the potential to really get all the way through or go out super early just because they play it completely wrong. I love the diversity of this cast. I love that there are Chippendales racing against somebody who goes every weekend to set up a monster truck event. Somebody at college dating and thinking about getting married and best friends. There is nothing that we have on this season that is like any other season that we've ever had. It's also what we call good TV.